Jey Uso responds to online backlash, plus scrapped AEW Dynasty title match plans have been revealed, and could Ken Shamrock finally be WWE Hall of Fame bound? It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Yet again, we're talking about Jey Uso and his reactions from the WWE Universe that on one side, in the live setting, are loud and proud and yeety. In the online setting, not so positive. Have you found this?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's night and day, isn't it? You can't look on the internet without seeing criticism about Jey Uso. And I think, like, rightly so in some aspects, some maybe not so much. But then when you're watching live, everybody's having a wonderful time.
Everyone's having a wonderful time. Yeah. They're yeeting their flipping socks off. Jey Uso responded to the backlash that he gets online on the new episode of Raw Recap. And he said, they're going to pick me apart right now because I'm in this position. Oh, he can't do this. He's got 3 moves. If we really want to be honest, though, there's a whole bunch of dope wrestlers way better than me. But they're not at the top. It's a different game up here. But you all watched me learn. You all watched my best work, my best craft the whole way. You've all seen it. Now you'll see glimpses of it now when I cut promos. That's all me. That's 100% not scripted. I shake arenas. The damn ground under your feet will be shaking when my entrance is out. That's the levels I'm at. I'm going to stay there. I'm learning as I go, because in this business, if you stop learning and stop evolving, you're out. There's 100 other dogs waiting outside the door, ready to eat. You'll have to come to the top and get me, though. So to break that down, he's where the dogs at the door.
Yeah, the dogs are at the door.
Dogs are at the door. He wants to make sure that they don't feed on him. Yeet. So what he's saying there is it's him acknowledging the stuff on, and you get the vibe that he's aware, and certainly WWE aware of some of the backlash online because they incorporated it into Raw on Monday.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? With the slip, as Jey was going to try and spear Gunter, he slipped and then got caught and battered, and then obviously Jimmy sort of referenced it in a backstage segment as well.
Yeah, so they're kind of saying like, oh, you're losing your touch. And I think there's a really good, and I talked about this in a video that we dropped on Tuesday. I think it's a golden opportunity here to do some magic and accept the negativity online and use it in the real space to propel Jey Uso, to encourage him to get better. Because I do think in order for Jey Uso to get better, because if he's going to win the world title at WrestleMania, I think that's going to put an even bigger spotlight on him. Absolutely. So you've got to test him now, give him longer matches, give him a stronger moveset, get him out there for promos more, and have him be, obviously the catchphrase is a big part of it, but don't let him be just the catchphrase.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right as well. The spotlight is really on him, especially against an opponent like Gunter, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
Who is incredible at what he does. And I guess like maybe these sort of the differences between them are quite glaring as well when you put maybe someone up against Gunter. But at the same time, I genuinely think Jey has had incredible moments throughout his career, even as a single star when he did the stuff during the pandemic with Roman Reigns as well. Like the tag match stuff that they did with Sami and Kevin at WrestleMania, and also the one at Money in the Bank where Jey got the pin on Roman Reigns too. I do genuinely think it's there. I think maybe all the criticism and stuff online obviously plants any sort of seeds of doubt in anybody's mind when they get criticism online, and I think that can feed into something. But I think you're right. If they go with that into the rest of this build for WrestleMania and really play into it to bring something incredible out storyline wise, and also something out in Jey too, will hopefully be really good.
Yeah.
Will hopefully be really good.
I hope so as well. Away from that, Baron Corbin was released from his WWE contract just a short while ago, as he is now known. Bishop Dyer is out on the indie scenes, and he spoke to Ariel Helwani and talked about his release from WWE.
He did, yeah. He says, I was a little blindsided, but I also kind of expected it. I was in a weird place. Randy Orton was dead set that I would be a lifer in WWE. When that happened, he was completely shocked because I've been a guy that never made waves. Part of me is angry. I've always done everything that's expected of me and done it well. And I was great getting reactions on the shows. I reinvented myself, and Hunter told me, great job reinventing yourself. You should be really proud. and I got let go. The first thought that comes to mind is, all right, well, I'm going to become bigger and better. And when you call for me to come back, I'm going to tell you to stick it. That's kind of the motivation for me at the moment. 6 months from now, hopefully all that irritation and anger goes away. But I think that's what set Cody Rhodes off for success.
Yeah, and he references how like Cody incorporated destroying Triple H's throne as part of his entrance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something which I think is in the new WWE game as well. Which
Yes,
shows
it is.
how a fait complete it has been for Cody Rhodes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, it hasn't been officially announced yet, but we are expecting to see Bishop Dyer as part of MLW. There's talks of him having signed a short-term deal or a long-term deal or a deal with the company. I think he'll be a good fit there.
Yeah, I think so too. I think for anybody that sort of, and as sort of like Baron Corbin, Bishop Dyer has mentioned here as well, like, I think a lot of us thought he would be dead set a lifer in WWE too, and like the work that he was putting out and he was doing at the time around the release as well was genuinely really good. At least like the stuff in NXT, maybe not so much the SmackDown stuff, because we were getting him like paired up with Apollo Crews, which was a little weird here and there, but then before that in the NXT it was really good. So I think the motivation for anybody after something like this is just to go away from the company and be phenomenal in what they do, to make them go, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that. But maybe at the same time, it was necessary for them to step up to the next level as well.
Yeah, I think I think you need sometimes that motivation, that fire in your belly from somebody telling you no. When it comes to like with the wrestling world and signing that deal, when WWE send you away and go, no, we don't need you anymore, it can make or break you. We saw it with Drew McIntyre, we saw it with Cody Rhodes. Will we see it with Bishop Dyer / Baron Corbin?
Remains to be seen.
We will see. You know, Cedric Alexander's been in the news recently talking about wanting to rejoin his mates in the Hurt Syndicate. That'd be an interesting one to see come together. But as far as the Hurt Syndicate and their plans for Dynasty, a slight change of plans, according to the Wrestling Observer, who say that originally the plan was to have the Hurt Syndicate defend their tag team titles against Murder Machine, the team of Lance Archer and Brian Cage. However, as we reported earlier in the week, Brian Cage suffered an injury on a show recently and consequently could be out of action for a while whilst he gets his knee put back together.
Yeah.
Which is gutting, because Brian Cage was sort of finding some momentum as part of Murder Machines. That seems to have been halted for now, at least. And it looks as if we're heading towards Hurt Syndicate versus Brian Keith and Big Bill instead. But I was enjoying Murder Machine.
Me too. But I like watching them on the television. And
or on
again,
your phone.
on your telephone. Yes. No. And as always, when someone gets momentum, it sucks that it gets taken away from them in an injury like this. But when they get back to it, it's going to be meaty men slapping the meat. And I can't wait for it. It'll be really good.
From meaty men slapping the meat to the man who made people tap the canvas.
Yeah.
We're talking about Ken Shamrock, who could be bound for the Hall of Fame, Andrew.
Yes, maybe so. Wrestling Observer reports that Ken Shamrock has been discussed as a potential Hall of Fame entry. Shamrock recently signed a WWE Legends deal, and new merch was made available on WWEshop.com. In an interview with Chris Van Vliet, Shamrock also stated that he'd like to be inducted into the Hall of Fame too.
And he would be a fab induction. I genuinely thought it'd be something that would come along much sooner than it has. Obviously, WWE have signed. Obviously, WWE and UFC are now owned by the same company.
Yep.
So Ken Shamrock has a legit history in both. So it would be a nice crossover to see Ken Shamrock go into the Hall of Fame. But he was somebody that was kind of outcast from the company for a very long time. Couldn't figure out why. But it's nice to see him back in the games. It's nice to see him back doing with a Legends deal. Hall of Fame has to be the next stop.
Has to be the next stop. Next year, maybe. I guess we shall see. There's been quite a few sort of Legends deals being made recently. We saw Demolition as well, didn't we? I think. Yeah. And I thought, maybe they'll be in there as well. Not this year. Maybe next year though as well, with Ken Shamrock potentially.
There's always next year, as they say. There's always next year. But tonight, SmackDown emanates from that there London, and Fraser Porter is going to be on twitch.tv/Cultaholic for reactions to it as it happens. You can watch it as it happens live on Netflix, and you can have Fraser on another screen on Twitch.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I wouldn't even watch the wrestling. I just watch Fraser. I would
have Fraser on one side and Downton Abbey on the other.
Whoa! Oh my God!
Just the confusion. Maybe some things would cross over. It's a fun game you can try at home tonight if you're very alone. For the very latest wrestling news at any time, you could check out Cultaholic.com. Keys.
I love you. Bye.